Welcome back to the next episode of What the Frick Reviews. I'm DJ.
I'm Katie.
And today we're going to cover the 2005 classic Hoodwinked. Before we kick off, we have news, general life update. Sad news, unfortunately, Jake has passed. He apparently had cancer and passed a few weeks ago, so
we turned him into a stuffed animal.
Not literally.
But there he is.
Yeah, we're going to have the Squishmallow as a remembrance of Jake for the rest of What the Frick Reviews. We'll have some type of Dalmatian show off just to make sure Jake's in our thoughts.
Yeah.
He was 15 years old and he lived an amazing life, and we have a new dog named Nana. She'll probably come in at some point.
Bargin.
Yeah, Bargin. She's a great pupper, but we'll miss Jake every waking second. Sorry.
We don't handle emotions well.
Yeah, I don't like doing this at all. Yeah.
So anyways, here's Jake.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. He'll join Reggie the capybara, and we'll just power through this and act like we didn't have to be serious for 2 seconds.
He's also gone.
Oh yeah, Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Paul Rubens
Now
wasn't.
we just have like, who's that? Who was this?
Don't say that we're just collecting corpses. You want to bring OJ into the mix now too?
I did predict that one.
You did predict. Yeah, Katie made a vision board. Was Jake on your vision board? Just kidding.
Jake Paul?
No, my.
Oh no!
No, you love Jake Paul.
No, I don't.
You would
Fuck
never
that
wish
guy.
him ill will. You saw what his brother did in that forest, and you said, "I want to marry that man's brother."
Disgusting. No, I was like, I used to watch a 16-year-old Jake Paul dance. It made me hard. Is that what?
It made you hard?
Is that what Mike Tyson said?
Oh, yes, you're right. He is. Yeah, no. You're totally right. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking. I thought you were just stream of consciencing.
No.
There's Katie.
I have no original ideas.
Katie and I and Alyssa were all at a Barnes & Noble a year or so ago, and Katie only talks in references most of the time. So there's one, we were in the stationery section and she said something, and Alyssa and I didn't understand the reference, and Katie turned around like, and we're like, what? You're like, what is that from? You're like, nothing. I just said it.
I just thought it was funny.
You were like, oh, I mean, the odds that it is a reference are so much higher than.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. People think.
People's flirting with me.
Who?
Look at him.
You're gonna get him arrested. Your Honor, you put him there.
Your Honor, I didn't put his hand there. He stays tilted.
Wait, so if we have to go to court, would we use this doll and be like, show me on the doll where you put your hands?
Not funny, DJ.
Oh.
Just kidding. He put it right here.
Celebrity gossip, which we might cut. Another teenager has entered the picture for Cody Co. He's dated a second 17-year-old.
Who?
I don't know. It was like a nobody. It was like just a teenage. It was just a 17-year-old. It wasn't like it wasn't.
Says who?
Like his subreddit found out, and I guess they had vines together making out. Yeah. So Cody Co is trash.
I like Cody.
Did you see what he just did over the weekend? He was in Vegas. He was being a DJ in Vegas.
Yeah.
So you saw this?
What do you mean?
Did you see it?
See what?
Did you see the footage of him DJing in Vegas?
Yeah.
So you heard the song that he used?
No.
He used "Sorry" by Justin Bieber. That was his set. Today we're gonna talk about Hoodwinked. In a plot description, a one sentence way to describe Hoodwinked is a animated film about what happened. It is.
Come again?
Hoodwinked is an animated film trying to find out about the goodie bandit who has been stealing everyone's recipes, and the grandma of Red Riding Hood fame is the newest target. And that's it. That's
while he's stealing the recipes, he's shutting them down.
Yeah. Well, I figured that we would go into it.
Well,
like this is just
he's trying to shut them all down.
I mean, successfully shutting them down.
Not grandma. Not yet.
Not grandma.
Not GGG.
So the first thing I wrote when I started this movie is that I remember watching this as a kid because I have seen this movie once before and thinking at the time, damn, this movie looks rough.
I didn't have that thought at all.
Yeah.
Because I was just so entranced in the story.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Well, the wolf was my favorite.
Oh yeah, Patrick. What's his name? Patrick Warburton. That's his name. Patrick Warburton. He's the guy that was Kronk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
He's the best.
I
He's in Rules of Engagement.
Legit, the second thing I wrote, of course, Wolf is Patrick Warburton.
Why wouldn't he be?
I mean, he's in like every single animated movie. I mean, he's amazing. He's amazing in Rules of Engagement too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Alyssa
Love it.
love that show.
Yeah, I would watch it randomly. It come on my Tana TV.
Yeah, David Spade's very funny.
Oh, he's so funny.
You know who Red is? Do you know what actress Red is?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, I didn't fucking know that. I was like, why does that voice sound... Anne Hathaway. I was like, I guess you weren't that popular in 2005. I guess you had to do this
I
film.
know. Well, I mean, I never realized it until I rewatched it this time. And I was like, that's Anne Hathaway. I was like, has it always been Anne Hathaway? I'm like, well, yeah, but... Let's set the scene.
Okay,
the first thing that I noted...
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go with you first.
No. I already said the first thing I noted was how bad the animation looked.
Yeah, but I mean, it starts off... I don't remember how it starts off.
It starts off with the typical Red Riding story when she walks in and she goes, oh Grandma, well, how big your teeth are.
Yeah, that's what yes, it's all coming back to me. My favorite line, which is probably my favorite of the whole movie, is when he's like, are we just going to sit around here and talk about how big I'm getting? I'm like, that's literally me when I talk to my grandma.
Relatable.
She's like, you look like you gained weight. Okay, Miss 400-pound woman.
What if she sees this?
She ain't gonna see shit. If she sees it, fuck you.
Yeah, she can't see shit. It's an audio podcast too.
Yeah, she doesn't know English.
Is that true?
Or no, she knows like some English, but then she's not mostly. When she writes, it's so funny 'cause she goes in between Portuguese and English, and then I get confused. But no, fuck that bitch. My grandma. She's a jerk.
The line that I remembered when Wolf and Red met, it's like, save it, Red Foo. When she started, like, she like got into the action pose, and Wolf was like, all right, save it, Red Foo.
He's my favorite. He's so funny.
Yeah, Wolf is very funny in this.
Yeah.
So essentially, to Katie's point, set the scene. We're coming in at the end of the classic Red Riding Hood story. Red is trying to visit Grandma's house. And then it doesn't...
we just sit around and talk about how big I'm in, and then he takes the mask off. And then Grandma pops out of the closet.
All right,
tied
calm down.
You're the one who made the look first. Tied up. Tied up. And then...
Did I?
And then I did not shave my armpits. Don't look at those. Anyway. Tied up. And then...
Are we talking about
and then a
Hoodwinked?
man goes in with an axe.
Yeah, and a man shows it. I was going to say, are we talking about the movie or is it forced in your arms?
The force in your asshole, bro.
Hey, we don't talk about the swamp, okay?
Next.
Yes, and then the Axeman comes wielding to save the day, and then the cops come rolling in. And
he's not really saving the day.
Well, spoilers? You just spoiled like 30 minutes. It doesn't get revealed until and why he actually...
You can watch it and know that man's not trying to save any day.
How dare you? He's blonde.
You open your eyes for a little bit.
He's blonde, dumb, and thick. Every woman's dream. Am I right, brother?
No.
Oh, I mean...
I'm over blonde guys. I tried for 1 second. I've never dated a blonde guy ever in my life. Yeah. And then I was like, this guy seems cool.
For the record, can you define what blonde is to you for the audience?
Anything lighter than my hair. But he was legit blonde.
Yeah,
he was legit blonde and balding.
He was like dirty blonde. I can't confirm or deny that because I only saw a picture of him with his hat on.
Yeah, because he never takes it off. Fuck him. I'm angry today. I'm filled with rage.
All right, calm down. Save it, Red Foo. Yeah, do Katie's dating escapades. I never know names. I just find traits. So.
Well, I tell you the traits.
You tell me the traits.
It's Shrek guy.
Shrek guy, gun guy, breadstick, shit-idiot.
Yeah.
The list.
The list goes on.
Yeah. Every so often I get, and then like even if you give me the name, it's just easier to go by. Go by.
Me too.
Anyway, so the cops show up, and this was the first time I was like, oh wait, this is why this movie is bomb. Is because they did. The animation of this movie is god awful, but the cinematography of this movie, like, they went for it. They did a one-shot, like, handheld camera shot with the cops walking into Grandma's house. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, that is so fucking cool. Like, I was like, this elevated the movie so much, and I think it's going to be such a good reoccurring call-out for this movie, is that the animation was clearly not where it should have been, but they tried their fucking ass off. They were like, look, we get it. We don't have a lot of money to build good assets, but we will, like, actually try in this. And that is, like, using that virtual camera to simulate, like, someone's picking up the camera and there's actually a human behind it. That's a very cool, and, like, they have to, like, digitally animate all that. That's, like, you know, gold star.
Like, I like the movie. I like the movie, too.
I thought the colors were pretty.
Well, my next line was Mr. Flippers. What a guy.
Oh yeah, and then my next line.
Why do they call you Mr. Flippers?
Nikki Flippers. And I said, oh, the Perot. Oh, his name is Nikki Disco Flippers. And then I thought he was the Goody Bandit. So essentially, the Goody Bandit, as we've been described to this point, is a mysterious person who is stealing recipes from local businesses and causing them to shut down. That's all we know. And they think that the Goody Bandit has led all their tracks to Grandma's house, which is why the cops have shown up. And now the real story starts as the cops sit down
and interview each of them.
Yep, they sit down and interview Red, and then Wolf, and then the Axe Guy, and then Grandma. 4 stories to determine who the Goody Bandit is. And at this point, I think it's Nikki Flippers.
Okay.
That was my one guess.
All right. I'm an idiot, so I'm just like, who could it be? I don't even make any guesses. I'm just like, who is it?
And then I remember when they were, I think Red was like, what, are you going to strap me down in a cage? And they're like, yeah, we are. And then they're like, no, we're joking. And then they had to go, no, strike the cage.
Oh, yeah. Can you let that guy out?
Yeah. And then, of course, it's a 2005 movie because once Red starts, it's a hard cut and a loud-ass pop music. And yeah. It's a happy pop song of the animated movie. And then I realized, wait, fuck, that's Anne Hathaway singing. Yeah. And then I slowly realized every single song in this movie, I think, is original for this movie.
Oh, really?
I meant to look this up, and I didn't, so shout out to me.
So take my word for it.
From what I could gather, none of the songs, like, if it was truly a 2005 song, we should have recognized a 2005 song, you know? You had a bad day.
Oh, God.
You know they used to play that at the end of American Idol? Like when they lost?
That's just fucking rude.
Yeah, it's like
I'd be traumatized.
Yeah, that I would never, if I ever heard that song again, I think I'd go in a visceral blind rage.
What's that movie called? Falling Down? Is that movie?
No. What movie? Sizing Down?
No.
Oh. You said Falling Down and then got annoyed that I didn't just...
Falling Down. That's how I would be. It's a guy that goes like insane after he
goes postal.
He goes postal, yeah. How do you know that?
Because I've seen movies like Falling Down. Okay. I think I've seen the movies that have like been made as like a homage to Falling Down, and one of them was called Postal. Yeah,
I would have a Falling Down situation on my hands.
The closest I've come to seeing a movie like Falling Down is it was similar, but it was like a guy and this teenage girl going on a killing spree, and they were like killing like West Baptist people and shit like that. And there was no sexual chemistry between the two of them. You don't know the West Baptist or South Baptist group?
No, I know that. What movie is it?
I don't remember. Give me a second. I'll Google it. Fuck, where's my phone?
You moved the camera.
Fuck!
No. You can't tell me this isn't gorgeous.
Yeah, show it to the camera.
Look at
it.
Oh.
Combining elements of political satire with dark humor stars these two people who aren't that popular as a middle-aged man and a teenage girl who go on a killing spree after bonding over the disgust of what American culture has become in a post-9/11 world. But yeah, it was just like him and a teenager. There was no sexual chemistry. Like, they never went there.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think they made I think she might have like asked. He's like, hell no, you're a teenager.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He was like, just
Cody
because...
Co could never.
Katie's on dating apps right now.
Yeah, sorry.
Little squirrel brain gets distracted for 2 seconds. Is on her phone. Do I need to like put up Subway surfers and like a confidence monitor?
I need the sand.
Oh, the sand.
Kinetic sand.
Yeah, fuck sand, man. That shit sucked. It's coarse.
Oh, real sand.
Rough. Kids everywhere. So, hard part song. Red is riding her bike. We meet Bunny, her friend.
So cute.
He worked for the Muffin Man, but the Muffin Man just got shut down because of the Goody Bandit.
He's closing all the shops.
Yep. This is when I noticed that they didn't animate nostrils on these characters. Is it just Red?
Not those characters.
Red doesn't have nostrils.
Yep.
What do you mean?
There's some characters
that have nostrils?
Mm-hmm. And they're scary as fuck.
Oh. Did I make you like really aware of it once I told you?
Not really aware, but when I saw the nostrils, I was like, okay, one, those are fucking scary. Two, there's someone with nostrils. Well, and I'll let you know when we get there.
So yeah, she's just, so the bunny's like warning about the Goody Bandit. She gets concerned for Granny. Granny is clearly busy when she's calling her. She's like, fuck it, I'll go grab the recipe book. And
she
like,
said, I know what to do. I'm just an old lady.
Yeah, she's like, I'm trying to knit. My soaps are on.
Mm-hmm, my coochie hurt. Is that what old people say?
Is that what your grandmother says?
I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, she said, I don't know what to do. I'm just an old lady. And that's usually what I do at work. I don't know what to do.
I'm just a baby.
I'm just a baby.
So Red heads to it. She's in a cable car. She leans too heavily on the door. She falls out of the cable car.
No, wait.
Molly.
No, you forgot. There's a rock that's getting thrown into her grandma's shop. It says, "You're next," and that's why she's
that's
like,
the catalyst. You're right.
That's
that is
why
the
I
catalyst.
have to get the book. She takes the recipes to save them. She's taking them to grandma.
So
and now she's in the cable car.
Yeah. So the bunny is helping her because he's running a cable car as his next job. Because it's a living. She falls out immediately.
Accidentally falls out.
Yeah. Immediately meets a wolf. And then he scares her and she runs. And then I guess he wants like the carrot cupcakes, but I think
he's trying to get the girl. He thinks that she's smuggling stuff.
Yeah,
he's a journalist.
I wasn't gonna. Yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to say that.
He's a journalist.
Yeah, so
I wanted to say.
Yeah, so that's if we'll start combining a little bit. So then we go to the wolf and we see his perspective. You find out that he isn't a creep. He's an investigative journalist.
No, we're not going full into it.
Oh, women can't ever predict what they're gonna say. Am I right, brothers?
Okay.
Ooh,
we meet
crowd.
the wolf. He's a mess. But now they run into the goat.
The meme goat. The goat that's... Did I?
Be prepared. Be prepared.
And you find out that he sings all the time because a witch cursed him to sing. But he will speak, and that's where the meme comes from. Because you're like, wait, you just said a word without singing. And he's like, did I?
And
did I?
That reminds me of Holes. You will be cursed for forever and eternity. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cursed.
Holes is a bomb movie.
I love Holes.
Soundtrack? I don't remember the soundtrack.
Anyway, what were you going to say?
You're a big Shia LaBeouf girl.
Shia LaBeouf.
Which is kind of...
problematic, and I don't care.
Yeah.
He's the...
No wonder you like Cody Co still. Boom. Roasted.
No, I don't. I want to know what he's going to say. But no, I like Shia LaBeouf. I love that man. Yeah. I don't care. I love him always.
Maybe we should review the Dumb and Dumber prequel I keep trying to get you to watch. When we just talked about this.
No, I know. I remember the cover right now. It looks disgusting.
Yeah, which is like absolutely up here. Oh,
no,
the pest cover, and the pest cover is so much better.
Yeah, he's like that. I'm ready.
So the goat has a bomb ass song. They're on like they're traveling with a fucking mail cart, and an avalanche is happening that we'll explain later. And he's singing, and we're having a great thing. And it's 2005, so you know what that means? Roller coaster scene, which is the mine cart. When you're like, woo! Anyone? Do you remember that? Did you have that thing in? Because Katie used to live in California, which is not where we're currently residing. Maybe.
Does he look Californian to you?
No, I look like a 12-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like someone that shops at Cracker Barrel. He does.
Okay, sue me. They have great deals, and they had a bomb-ass Scooby-Doo shirt, so fucking kill me. What are we even talking about?
I'm from California.
Yeah. So did you ever go to did you have Regal movie theaters in California? Regal?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to the movie theater where they started right before the movie, they had like the roller coaster scene?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the popcorn and everything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah, avalanche is coming and I do not feel prepared.
I do not feel prepared.
And then the next thing I said, I love the reenactment scene and it being adjusted as they're talking. Like, it's these like little parts of the movie that they're like, wow, they're really like going for it. Like, they could have cheaped out, but like they did the whole when they had to keep replacing where actors were because they're like, that's not how it was. The actor was here. No, they weren't there. They were here. This was at the very end of the red scene.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
I remember now.
I said Wolf's turn or Sheila, and I don't know what that means.
What?
Was the wolf's name Sheila? I don't know. I just have Wolf's turn or Sheila.
I don't remember.
I really try to make sure my notes are coherent, and sometimes I really fucking...
Wait, we forgot a minute.
Yeah.
So then they're in the little and they shoot off.
The minecart, yeah.
The minecart, and they shoot off, and then Granny's there. Use the hood!
Yeah, use the hood. She's in the air with Red. Yeah, use the hood, Red, and Red...
Use your hood to, like, shimmy down.
And then the goat, because what we didn't say is the goat
was prepared!
The goat, in all his excellence, can take out his horns and adjust as needed, a la Inspector Gadget, so he had helicopter horns on him, so he was in fact prepared.
Yeah.
So now we're moving on to the wolf side of the thing. I said I love the moving camera. Mm-hmm. He is a investigative reporter for facts and fairy tales.
Said this guy's a cop. Worse, he's a reporter.
And then I noticed the first time you see him like in disguise, it looks like Conan O'Brien.
What the fuck? What are you talking about?
Like the first time you see him, like he's at that like stand and he's trying to get information. He's like he has like a red wig and it's dressed like Conan.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And then we meet.
Well, I like to use like he saw Red and he's like, she seemed happy, a little too happy perhaps.
And then we meet Twitchy, his assistant.
The
Squirrel, and then I put on crack, and then I crossed it out and I said on sugar, but it doesn't even seem like he's on sugar. He's just
a crackhead. But the thing is, he reminds me of Over the Hedge, that squirrel.
I don't remember Over the Hedge enough to understand this reference. I didn't really like Over the Hedge.
What? That is such a good movie.
That was a little bit too preachy for kid adolescent DJ. I get it. The environment's dying.
Cookie?
Once again, I don't understand this. Okay. All I remember from that movie is at the very end when the turtle was like, my tail twitches anytime I feel nervous, and my tail isn't twitching right now, so we can trust him.
Yeah, that's like literally me when I'm telling you this person, I don't get good vibes, and you're like, whatever, and then they turn out to be bad.
I thought you were like...
And my coochie tingles.
Ew.
I knew you'd like that one.
No. Well, because I was gonna say, like, I was like, what are you gonna shake your butt every time you get a bad feeling about someone?
My senses are tingling.
She's interviewing someone at her job. Every time she leaves the room, she's just like rattling.
No, shut up.
We find out that,
but the squirrel takes photos.
Yeah, the squirrel. He's kind of like his assistant, side guy, takes
Photojournalist.
Photojournalist, like getting the evidence. Sheeps are informants. They're Italian.
They're so funny.
So fucking funny. And then they're seeing Red and they're watching Red and they're trying to like record Red talking on the cable car, and he accidentally records the caterpillars.
Yeah, they're like, can we get any privacy?
Yeah,
here?
like, do you mind?
He's using like one of those megaphone things, and he pointed
like,
it down.
One of those things, if you see in a football stadium, it looks like a plastic dome with a microphone on the back of it. It's like a sonar microphone. Which this is going to be a side tangent. So you still haven't watched The Real Bros of Simi Valley, but I think in season 3 they talked about dumb purchases, and one of the dudes bought a microphone like that, and that kept coming back up throughout the season in the funniest ways. They would like look up, like, "Are you listening to us?" And all the girls would be holding the microphone around headphones. They're like, "No, we're just testing it." Yeah. So he is following Red because he thinks Granny is bad. He thinks Granny is the villain. So he's following Red because,
he thinks she's a smuggler.
Yeah, he thinks, she thinks.
He, they.
I love that Twitchy started cleaning his camera.
Anyway.
Yeah, he went, and then once again another gold star. It's like that wasn't just a cutaway gag of him just being meticulous. He winds it up and it gets stuck in Wolf's tail, and that's what causes Wolf to scream at Red, which is why Red thought he was being aggressive
and ran away.
That's called tie-in. Everybody, write that down in your screenwriting courses. That's important. You know, there's this really famous actor named Paul Thomas Anderson.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, that's fine. He directed movies like Boogie Nights and There Will Be Blood and Lincoln might just be a Daniel Day-Lewis movie. Anyway, Paul Thomas Anderson also directed one of my favorite movies, Punch Drunk Love. Okay. Anyway, he never went to film school, and he made like 1 or 2 successful films. Was drying up. He was like, maybe I should do it. So he enrolled into film school, walked into a screenwriting class. First thing the professor said, you will never write Terminator 2 in this class. So if you want to do that, then leave. And he stood up and quit school immediately. He said, why the fuck would I not want to write one of the most popular movies in the entire year right now?
Yeah.
Like I really respected that. He was like, that is so elitist. Like, why wouldn't I want to write one of the best films that came out last year? Because it isn't an art film? Nah. I don't care what I'm making. Yeah. It was cool.
So did he make any more movies?
Oh yeah, he's still making movies.
Good.
Yeah, he's a great. Go watch Punch Drunk Love. It's a great Adam Sandler serious film with Philip Seymour Hoffman. May he rest in peace. So Twitchy is cleaning the camera. Wind winds up Wolf's tail. He screams at Red, and Red runs away. And he
catches a cab to catch up with her.
Yep. And then I just love the Wolfie Twitchy, like I was gonna call him Wolfie and Twitchy dynamic. And then the bunny, Red's friend, makes an appearance and tells him, "Hey, I know a shortcut. Go through the sewers. That's how you're gonna get to Granny's house quicker."
Yeah. Plot twist. No.
Yeah, and then they somehow get into a mine cart.
Well, because they're in the sewers, they're in the tunnels, whatever, and then it's literally just like a ladder and a light shining down.
Oh, yeah.
And so then they go up there, and he almost gets hit with one of the carts, and then he's like, okay, let's go. Yeah. And then they jump into one, and they find...
Dynamite.
Dynamite?
Must be Italian.
Found dynamite. Well, candles.
Yeah, candles.
Like, oh my God, dynamite! And then he lights all of them up.
Yeah. Twitchy lights TNT. He thinks they're candles, and that's why they go flying in the mine cart.
Because they blew... So, no. We got to paint the picture.
Yeah.
So they light all of them up, and then their cart... I love the visual. The cart, and he's just like... Da, 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 and it's like... Poof, poof, poof. Like his cart's just jumping at each time. But yeah, that's why Red zoomed into the air, because the track was gone, because they blew it up.
Yep. Yeah.
And then they make it to Granny's house first, on their he's like, good thing she leaves her memorabilia everywhere because he was able to dress up as her with the mask. And then he's having issues with it, and he's like, fine. He said, okay, change of plans. You be Granny.
Yeah, I love that.
So
I love
funny.
the wolf practicing to be Granny. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, you be Granny.
Yeah.
And then Red comes in, he's like, oh. And
throws Twitchy right onto Granny's face. Because he
yeah,
doesn't know
into the closet.
He doesn't know that Granny is tied up.
Yeah.
Wolf does not know that. But Dinamite was Alyssa and her sister's like favorite line. Like
Really?
Alyssa and I watched it together, and she quoted that immediately. Like Dinamite must be Italian.
Yeah. So funny.
Which I assume is a Christmas Story reference.
It's like Glade. The Glade commercials?
What's Glade? I'm just kidding. You know the Christmas Story?
Yes, I know the Christmas Story.
Not the Christmas Carol?
What's that?
Are you serious?
What?
It's
Your
Scrooge.
favorite fucking movie?
No. It's not one of my favorite fucking movies. It's just if you're not going to watch the Muppets Christmas Carol on Christmas, you're a fucking heathen. And I count you all those Christians because there's nothing more Christian than a goddamn Muppet.
I would listen to
And you
it.
can put that on a pillowcase. Nothing more Christian than a goddamn Muppet. Jim Henson. May he rest in peace. A lot of death in this episode.
Let's liven it up. And then they do the fight, whatever, and then he's back into the interview scene where they're interviewing him, and he said, "What can I say? I was raised by wolves."
Yeah, and then they showed the antique picture of his family.
Zoomed in on
Yeah,
his
oh
face.
my god, amazing! It's just so good. It's just so well done. Oh, like they cared. Like Dougal, like the problem with Dougal is that they didn't give a shit.
No.
Like they clearly, like these animators, like it could have been the same animation studio, or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, because it was bad. But
It was
like
bad.
they tried.
The story was good.
The story in like how
writing.
lived in the world felt, like all the one-off lines, like later on, like when the raccoon, like there's a cop raccoon leaving the house, and he's like, hey grandma, do you think you'd mind if I like rummage through your trash a little bit? Did you catch that line?
No.
Yeah, it's like a quick, like as they're leaving, the raccoon's like, hey, do you mind if I rummage through your trash?
What'd she say?
No, she didn't respond. It was that quick. Like I was like, that's like so lived in. Like that's like such a little line to say. Like, yes, you're talking animals, but you do still have your animal. Oh, I mean, did I?
Oh god. Now it's the axe guy.
Now the lumberjack story time. He is a.
I love this part.
I thought he was a bunion cream maker. when I didn't understand what they. Yeah.
But it was funny when he was like, no, I'm not. And he's like, what is this? A letter opener? His axe. They throw it on the table like, what is this? A letter opener?
Yeah. And then I wrote down this line that somebody leaned over to the cop, the chief, and said, this guy's a loon. And then the chief says, watch it, my mom's half loon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where we run into the nostrils. The
Oh, really?
Schnitzel kids.
Oh.
They all had nostrils.
I did not notice that, yeah. So he's a failed actor. He kind of bombs his audition for a bunion cream maker, and his side gig, I wrote with the bomb sons, and it's a song. Drives a schnitzel truck with a. Oh my god! Oh god! With a bomb
terrifying.
song and a very terrifying mob of kids who are losing their minds for schnitzel.
I walked into a bar. Just kidding. I made tres
Horse walked
leches
in a
cake.
bar, am I right, brother?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said a horse.
A horse? That's
Anyway.
not funny. It can break his ankle.
Shut up.
What? It's true. You want to know what that reminded me of?
No.
Okay. I said you want to know.
Oh,
You said
sorry.
no.
No. I do want to know. I said, do you know what that reminds me of?
It
Yeah.
reminds me of bar rescue episode. They let a horse in, and that's so dangerous to let a horse in a bar.
Did he break his leg?
Nobody
Not
could
that
have.
dangerous.
Could have.
Would have.
He neighed in there, and then he shat in there.
So he was a horse.
He was horsing around.
Have you seen BoJack Horseman?
No.
Do you want to be depressed?
No.
Watch BoJack Horseman.
I do that well on my own.
We get it.
We get it. You're mentally ill.
Yeah, that's why
Red
we're friends. No. It's a red flag if you're not mentally ill in 2024, honestly. In my personal opinion. Do you think black olives would be disgusting on this?
Yep. But I also don't like olives.
You know how to say I love you without having to say I love you to someone? Olive juice.
I know.
So we're at the lumberjack. He has his little schnitzel bullshit. The terrifying kids with nostrils. He's having a gay old time. A happy old time before you fucking throw it. Throw a fit. A gay old time.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Gay old time with the kiddos.
That's like the movie. We'll have a gay old time.
Yeah, the Flintstones open, yeah.
I thought it was the closing.
Fuck, I don't remember, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're having a great time singing in the forest, and then he leaves the schnitzel truck, and he gets robbed. The goody bandit is everywhere.
Strikes again!
And then this is when I figure out who the goody bandit is.
Oh.
This is the moment. And then he gets a call back from his failed audition, and he's got the part. And then I really love that the director got tired of talking to him, so he closed his own like talk bubble. He was like, "Okay, we're done," and he reaches over and rips it closed.
Yeah, and then so he needs to find his mojo dough. Well, he's like, you need a little more oomph. So then he starts chopping down trees and try to get in the mindset of a lumberjack.
Yeah. He was like, you need to become a lumberjack. So he figures it out, and then he reads a book called Lumberjacking for Actors. And then I also noticed that he doesn't have a beard. He just has different colored skin.
Really?
There is no hair follicles. It just looks. It's just like it's just orange. And then,
I hate it.
Yeah. Once again, animation ain't that great, but hey, look, we're already over halfway through this movie, and I'm committed. So essentially, he's cutting, and then he finds a giant ass tree.
He cuts it all day.
And he cuts all day, and then it falls towards him because he didn't do any tree safety, and that's how he came bursting in screaming with an axe, because he was practicing chopping trees for a role.
Well, yeah, but the tree starts rolling, and then he's dancing on it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then it hits, there's 2 trees right there, and so while he's on top of it, the tree stops, and he gets bombarded or thrown right into the window, and that's where he's like, ah!
Yeah, relatable.
Mood.
And now we're up to
Literally
Granny.
me and my car crash.
Oh, yeah, Katie got into a car accident. You're
Not
the
my
one.
fault. Not my fault.
Yeah, she was
innocent bystander.
You weren't a bystander.
Innocent bystander turned war hero.
Do you want to tell that story on the podcast?
Sure.
So
should we do it on the next one?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So
stay tuned.
In 2 weeks.
No. We suck.
Yeah. Well, no. We'll record it, but it'll come out 2 weeks.
No, I
after.
know.
Oh.
We could. Someone hit me with their car.
Yeah, and she wasn't an innocent bystander. She was standing in the way.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, bystander assumes that you were outside of the action when you were very much in the action.
I was innocent.
Well, no, you were in it.
I wasn't in the way.
I didn't say that you weren't innocent. I just think like when people say innocent bystander, that means you are outside of it.
I was outside of it. He was getting chased by the police. And I was just sitting in my car right there when he decided to hit me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Bystander just implies that you weren't involved.
I wasn't involved!
I mean...
Until he involved me!
I'm not... I think you're thinking I'm calling you not innocent, and I am. I'm just saying bystander doesn't feel like the right...
I was until I wasn't.
I was standing by myself until I wasn't.
Yes, until my water was all over my fucking car.
That's your big concern?
I was drinking water and it hit me.
I mean, it could have...
And then it got on my toes.
Yeah, that could have killed you.
What?
The drinking the water part, because it could...
Yeah, no. Luckily for me, my front airbag didn't go off. So my teeth would have been knocked out. Okay,
so essentially you're not waiting 2 weeks. Katie, go ahead and tell the story.
We already did. I had to get a new car. I got a new car.
Yeah.
Caravana.
Essentially, a guy was fleeing the police and hit Katie on a failed Tokyo drift attempt.
He was going full speed and decided at the last second to make a right. And I'm drinking water and I look to my left.
Never let the cops know your next move.
Yeah. I look to my left, I'm drinking water and I could see it happening, him churning. And in my head, I was like, he's going to make it. This can't be.
No. Katie was in her car. Not in my city. Not in my city.
Leading into it? No.
Gotham. Alfred.
Oh my God. Yeah, so.
No, you're Robin.
Fuck off.
I mean, I could be worse. Like, I'm not worse. Batgirl's great, but like, I could have been sexist and just assumed that you were the Batgirl.
That would have been cooler.
So Granny is an
Granny's the next one, and all signs point to Granny.
Well, yeah, because everyone else is coming off clean, and she's been the sketchiest. But it turns out she's an extreme sports activist and was skiing for the extreme sports competition.
She's a skier.
And then once again, I write for the 50th time. Animation may suck, but they tried. Camera work is amazing because the camera was very, very cool.
This is your new favorite movie.
No, I just you just have to appreciate art in all forms. I might
even AI.
Shut up. I'm not going to be tricked into that. Hey, if you use AI art, stop fucking watching this podcast. You're no longer a fan.
So the Granny is skiing, and then people start attacking her.
Yep. And that's when
she's like,
Red
Who
calls.
sent you?
Yeah, Red calls her. It comes back because Red had called her saying, "Hey, Granny, do you need help?" And she's like, shut up. I'm so busy right now.
Oh.
Yeah, no, she was like, no, please don't come. Please don't come.
Yeah. And then she's like, who sent you to see the guy? And he's like, the bandit.
Yeah, and then they start a snowball fight, and then she is tossed off the cliff, but bungee roped to safety.
Mm-hmm. And then she ends up, like, I don't know, freaking parachuting somewhere.
Uh-huh.
And that's when Red saw her in the sky saying, use the hood.
Yeah, so what Red thought was just an apparition was in fact Granny falling for her life.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does win the competition, but in parachuting down, that's how she gets tied up into the closet.
Yeah, because she got into the house and then the
parachute got stuck in the ceiling fan,
mm-hmm.
and then she got tied up. And then as soon as she got tied up, the wolf walked in. It was pretty quick.
Threw a squirrel on her face.
Yep, twitchy. And then Red gets pretty pissed at Granny when she finds this out because Granny is very protective over Red, and to find out that Red's fucking doing lines of coke and playing extreme sports, like.
You mean Granny?
Yeah.
Granny's doing lines of coke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's mad because Granny doesn't let her do anything, and then she's like, I never even left this forest. And then she's mad that Granny does all this shit. And so Red ditches the hood. And I must say, she looks kind of creepy. Yeah, she drops the hood. Because I remember when they were like, what's your name? He's like, well, I go by Red. It was like, because of the hood? She was like, well, what if you don't wear the hood? And she was like, well, I wear it pretty frequently. So. Yeah. And then she takes it off. And then no one recognizes her.
And they're like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, and then the grandma, I like this line where she's like, I may lead a double life, but that doesn't make me suspicious.
Fucking mood. So and this is when the raccoon cop said his line. He was like, hey, Granny, can I go through your trash? Come on, Granny. Drops her hood because he doesn't know who she is. And then yeah, you're right, because the cops were like, is that little Red? And then they said, no, that's some kid, but I thought they said, no, that's some bitch. And I was like, no, it's not that type of movie. And then the Puckets are all strong female leads. One of them is Amelia Earhart, and they're all strong female adventurers finding new recipes. So it's a long line of female Tomb Raider women getting new recipes to bake, which is cool. I like it. Yeah, and then Mr. Flapper, what's his name? Flippers, yeah, Disco Flippers, yeah. Mr. Disco Flippers figures out who it is. Yeah. Have you figured out who it is at this point? Yeah. Okay. Sure. It is. It's so obvious. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So what he says is never trust a bunny. Da da da. Who was it? Wolf. Wait. Oh, the one that wolf the wolf. The bunny. The bunny. The bunny. Well, no, like that's what like Wolf said because they were pissed about going to the sewer, and then Wolf was like, never trust a bunny, and then Tweety's like, never trust a bunny. And then when it's revealed that it is in fact the bunny is a mastermind, and the reason why it's so obvious is that the bunny is at every single scene of the crime. He meets the schnitzel dude, he meets Granny, and then when it's revealed, Twitchy once again, never trust a bunny. Yeah. And then I don't know where the pigs, I don't know why they were talking about houses, but I think one of the pigs, I know houses, I built mine out of straw. Oh my God. Such a fleshed out world. So then this is when I find out that the bunny is voiced by a guy named Andy Dick, who is not a good person.
Oh, is that scrawny blonde guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's on this show called News Radio that's really good. It's a great sitcom, lost 90s sitcom with the very young Joe Rogan who still has hair in it.
Fuck that guy, too.
No, it sucks because Joe Rogan, awful right now. So funny in the show. He's like genuinely one of the funniest people in the show.
I believe it.
Yeah, it sucks because he's a piece of shit now, but you know.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Can't be a real human being if you're not fucking sucking the dick of a dictator. Am I right, audience?
Hey, man, brother. Give me that pee-pee.
So Red gets kidnapped by the bunny, and everyone has to band together to find Red because Red gets kidnapped because she doesn't know who she is, and she's walking by herself, and she gets kidnapped. Mm-hmm. Everyone bands together. And then he's like, all right, Twitchy, you need to go catch the cops because they're going in the wrong direction. And then that's when they give him coffee the first time, and he legitimately breaks the sound barrier. Yeah. And then Will says, like, I've made a giant... He's like, what have I done? And then we meet the bunny, and he's saying all the henchman names, and then he goes to Keith, and he's like, you got to change your name, Keith. Keith is just not a scary name.
Yeah, I like... And then also this... I don't know who said, he said, you're a bad bunny. One of them said that, but the thing is, my cousin used to call my grandpa that all the time.
You're a bad bunny?
Yeah, she used to say, you're a bad bunny. And we were all like, where the fuck did she get that from? Until I was watching this movie a few years ago, and I was like, oh my God, that's where she got it from. Just stuck in her head.
Yeah.
He's a bad bunny.
So now we find out what... his name is Boingo, by the way. I found that out after I Googled who his voice actor is.
That's weird.
Do you want to call him Bunny or Boingo?
Bunny.
Okay, so Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
the singer?
Yeah. That's where he got his name.
Yeah. Do you know Bad Bunny was going to be in a Spider-Man movie? He was going to be like a Hispanic luchador villain. Oh. He left it.
Why?
I don't know. Sony doesn't know how to make a good Spider-Man movie. So they fight. He complains about being at the bottom of the feeding chain. He hates being at the bottom rung. He decides that he wants to make goodies that have an addicting toxin in it. And then he essentially wants to, phase 2 is merchandise theme parks. He has like his whole plan is to make sugar really addictive so that way he can make theme parks. Mm-hmm. Wow. 20 years later, how topical. Damn, this movie's almost 20 years old.
Oh, don't say that.
And then someone says, you've been hoodwinked, baby.
Oh, yeah, he does. He said, you've been hoodwinked. And then they start singing. And then the wolf and Granny and whatever are watching. I love this part. He's like, song's catchy, but choreography is terrible. The wolf says that.
The bunny starts singing because it, 2005 animated film. Mm-hmm. The wolf tricks them because he pretends to be a building inspector.
As you do.
Yep. And then there's 2 Mission Impossible references in this movie. The first one is when Granny is in a montage of all of her extreme supports. She's like, do you remember when she's in like the Grand Canyon holding herself? That's Mission Impossible 2's open. And then Granny is climbing on top of the ceiling, and then we see a sweat bead come off her nose and land on the ground. That's a Mission Impossible 1 reference. Little fun fact. I don't know why they reversed it like that, but I caught them.
Keep you on your toes.
So now we find out that Red... is in a car full of TNT or...
Dynamite.
There you go. Nice. You want to do another take, or are you just going to go with that one?
I don't know how to say it.
Dynamite!
You should have said it.
I was giving you the chance.
No.
Everything is just working in tandem. Everything that was set up at the beginning has some type of payoff. Everything just is holding itself hands. And you just love a movie that, like, cares to make a cohesive movie.
Yeah, but not the animation.
Not the animation.
We don't care about that.
That's why it's a 9 out of... I mean, never mind. Granny saves Red by railing the cable with the cookie sheet. Red climbs her way out of the cable car, and then they float while the criminals who are chasing Granny slide right into the police truck.
Oh, yeah, and then the bunny says, not prison, not for a cute little bunny rabbit. So funny.
Relatable.
Are you calling me a cute little bunny rabbit?
No, I'm saying you would say that.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get, and then the movie's over. The goat is now delivering the goodies because Red wants to live her own life. And now we've gotten we got the Avengers before the Avengers could. Detective Flipper says, I'm creating an initiative.
Yeah.
I want to recruit you guys all to the Happily Ever After Agency.
Yeah, I like how they were like giving a rundown of what happened to everyone. So the goat person is the delivery person. The axe guy actually is having a yodeling career and whatever.
Right, because that was his dream. He wanted to be an actor, but specifically be a singer for yodelers. Yeah,
and then Red asked the wolf guy, "Oh, do you want to go watch one of his shows?" He said, "I'm allergic to yodeling." Mood. What a guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they joined forces to fight crime.
And then there is a sequel that came out 6 years later that I have not yet watched.
I haven't watched it either.
This movie essentially doesn't exist unless you want the physical copy. It is a Weinstein Company movie, which is owned by Harvey Weinstein. Do you not know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't, it's...
You can't avoid it.
Yeah, he, controlled the entertainment industry for, 20 plus years.
I know.
So, you just can't, avoid it at this point. And that's why I don't think there's a real stream for it. We found it through a rip on YouTube. So shout out to that guy or woman. Whoever posted it with a great, clean copy. And
or non-binary legend.
Yep, non-binary legend. You're right. They, them, he, they. Or she, they. But the sequel is on YouTube for free. Like an actual... legal copy is free.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like one of those YouTube movies things. So one day I'll watch it. We watched the sequel. It's very different. It's about Hansel and Gretel or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It looks pretty decent. I don't know. Amazing movie. I remember watching this movie as a kid, really liking it. I forgot about the goat being a part of it until that TikTok meme really brought him back. But really rewatching as an adult, this movie is just a certifiable banger. A frick yes for sounding frick yes.
Yes, for sure.
I am a huge fan of when people take classic literary characters and adjust them for a modern audience. I'm very into the twisted childhood cinematic universe right now. The Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey stuff.
You couldn't even finish watching it.
Well, I couldn't finish watching you could...
I never said I could, but you were acting all tough.
Yeah, I really want to watch all the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I'm going to start collecting the physical media. I'm not really good at torture porn. That's why I never really watched the Saw films until recently.
What did you just say?
It's called torture porn. That's the term for it. Have you never heard that? I mean, that kind of makes sense. It's what I label those films as.
Oh.
I hate it. It's awful. It's genuine. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I think people just do it for the shock value, and I think at some point you're doing it for the shock value, and you're reducing the film because of it. Because instead of writing a good movie, you're just trying to make the grossest thing you possibly can.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Terrifiers about this clown that would mutilate people. The first movie, he scalps a woman, and also cuts a woman in half vertically, down the middle.
I don't get why we need to make movies like that.
Exactly, yeah. So I am going to watch Blood and Honey 2. I started it last night, to Katie's point. I was not in the headspace to watch women get mutilated, so I turned it off and watched... I didn't know
that was a headspace you need to prepare for.
I mean, people love Saw. Saw is a famous, franchise.
Yeah.
Which Saw 1 is Saw 1 through 3 kind of bangers. Skip all the gory parts. You have a very cool, interesting plot line that all connects to itself and is very interesting. I just skip the kill scenes.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I'm only there for the plot.
Sure.
Well, because
that's what all men say.
No, I mean, how else am I supposed to know how she got started in the washer machine, Katie?
Hey, you got me there.
Because how do you even get stuck in a washing machine? You have to watch it. Oh, she put super glue on her hand. That's kidding. I'm making that up.
No, she's just fat.
Well, not in the area that got stuck.
Science.
Yeah. I loved it, though. I assume you hated it.
Shut up. I love this movie.
This movie's a bomb.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The jokes are just so funny. I didn't even notice the animation, but when do I?
Yeah. Well, no, like, I keep harping on the animation, but, like, genuinely, like, I'm not a person that thinks graphics are, like, end-all, be-all. I played an RPG called Outer Worlds exclusively on the Switch, and that was the worst visual game I've ever played, and then I played it on my Xbox, and it looked amazing. But I played the whole game portably, because that's just how I wanted to play it. I think that graphics can just be a cherry on top, but I don't think it is an end-all, be-all. I think it helps it if it looks really nice, but I ultimately doesn't stop me from liking the movie. I care more about the dialogue and how you're writing the world than I care about that shit.
Yeah, if I could change anything in this movie, it would be those nostrils.
I was going to say the nostrils, yeah.
Those nostrils are scary. Those kids, scary.
Yeah, maybe we'll do
Look
the
like
sequel
they'll
at
like
some
nibble
point.
on my toes or something. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's what you get for having those grippers out at work.
They're not out. Oh, at work.
I've walked into the office several times, and I look over to Katie's desk, and I can see her heater on and her feet like wiggling on them.
Ooh, feels so good. Well, because right when it gets warm outside, they put the thermostat so low, I'm freezing in there, and I'm wearing a sweater, and it's 90 degrees outside.
It doesn't explain where your tootsies need to be out.
Well, my toes are a little cold. Because I'm dressed for outside, and then they make me freezing inside.
Yeah. I think the first time I saw it, I immediately texted her, put those grippers away.
Yeah, I said these old things.
So, yeah. I don't know what next movie we'll do. We talk about reviewing movies all the time, and then we just don't commit to any of them. We were supposed to do Bubble Boy, and we both watched it.
And wrote notes.
And wrote notes. Like, this is my new notebook, and I have notes for Bubble Boy, and we just never did it.
Yeah.
You know, we're different people. Shit has happened. So much shit has happened.
We could do a podcast on our lives.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do next.
Ayo.
But you know, I think that's a frick yes for me.
Frick yes for me for sure.
If you have any movie recommendations,
Well, was there a fart joke in there?
I don't think there was. No wonder it was so well done.
Shut up! I still say freak yes. Freak yes.
Yeah. I think the only bad thing about this movie is the animation, but if you're going to be a stickler about that, then you don't deserve to enjoy art. Can I get an amen, brother?
Salute.
Okay. And she's the one that believes in God.
I don't know anymore. At the rate my life's going.
Oh, fuck, the light turned off behind us. Oh, well. But yeah, so we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. If you have any movie recommendations, put it down in the comments below. And if you don't, just comment, like, share. That'd be cool.
Please don't call us fat. We know we like cheese.
We know the futon looks like it's sagging, but that's not our fault.
I swear, I've lost weight. I swear.
Yeah, we both have lost weight in the last time.
Not because of you.
No, you don't get any credit. We get fatter because of you, but that's called emotional eating. Yeah, I'm at like 175. I was like at 200 at the beginning of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I lost it healthily, but I've lost it.
Hey, it's gone.
It's called IBS, brother.
Hey, he shit it out. You're going to sit there and tell me that I'm wrong?
No, because I'm on the toilet sitting while crying.
Oh,
no. But yeah, anyway, most of the political comments that we said, I've probably cut out, but vote in November. That's all I'm going to say. Vote like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. November,
vote for me.
Well, no. Vote for an actual candidate and not the candidate that you shouldn't vote for. Don't just write in Katie.
Cut that out. My name is Veronica.
Yeah, everyone. Her new name is Vic Ronica.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.